let's talk about Friday bar. So we've kind of started with the very, very big picture. Now we're going into the leaves. Okay, so a Friday bar had definitely, a little bit of a hope. What kind of hope? Well, first of all, we've closed into not one half of the spread, but we definitely had that demand tail, a late session rally, and the volume signature has increased. And this is one of the largest volume signatures. Usually that would be associated with some kind of stopping action or at least an attempt to stop. And usually after the stopping action or an attempt to stop, we have some kind of continuation of the intraday rally into something that actually materializes to the upside, or it fails. And then when it fails, you want to note how much time it takes, right? So for instance, failures here on this bar, right? So at least for one session, there is an attempt to rally, and then we see on the next bar negation of that and therefore failure. Here we're seeing again one bar that tries to go up, and then the next bar brings it down almost immediately. Now in this case, we don't even have that. We don't have a one single bar that is going to be, attempting to rally. There was an attempt to rally today in the morning, actually from here, from the open into the high, and then we went down. And that attempt to rally was just, well, first of all, a continuation of the low. Secondly, short-lived today, and then the predominant force was still to the downside. We are closing here at one of the lowest points in this whole structure. Another observation that we need to make. Still weak. Since this area right here, everything, all of this is just weak. Another observation is definitely the comparison of these two reactions. So I would say that the reaction number 2 is less aggressive at first, right? So I'm just thinking, okay, 3 or 4 bars to the downside like this is pretty aggressive. This is like low duration. But then when you look at this, you kind of see the persistency of the decline, especially now that we've seen this third leg down. Because before that, there were a lot of stopping actions, right? So it goes down, it stops, it tries to rally, and this looks still bullish. There is no aggression here. There is no immediate supply or strong supply. It's with this bar and with this bar that we're starting this aggression to the downside, but still, look at this, stopping action and pretty good rally. Stopping here, and then we're just not having anything. So this third leg, it adds to kind of like the more bearish character of this reaction. The distance of it is expanding relative to the previous reaction. That's number one. We still have aggressive bars that we're seeing in the construct, in the composition of the downswing, and a pretty significant volume signature, which is consistent. So here we have a significant volume signature, but it's also mostly associated with the demand coming in right here. Here, now that these 2 points have failed, now we're seeing increase of the supply. And what is the result of that increase? We are consistently, persistently going to the support